I think he was overly strict, so and I think firstborns are typically compliable. You know, they're easy to get along with. Rick, he was like the black sheep of the family, but I was kind of like the obedient person. But you know, the first kid is always the practice kid, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right, so, yeah. So my dad was flexing his muscles, I guess. I don't know, but yeah. I won't go into detail. But any other questions?
Well, this isn't a question, but I think your testimony is awesome in the sense that, see, you come across as how I've seen you and how you've been very helpful. Because I know Janice says, and when I needed help, she says, oh, Vince is good to help and all that. And he's a good guy and he's trustworthy. I just see that you come across, you're very at peace with yourself and calm. And who would have known your past?
Yeah.
Because you carry yourself in such a way, and that is evidence of the power of the living word, obviously. And certainly may this continue to encourage other people and other people. I too, myself, there's some similarities, and I too believe that this is what gives a sound mind.
Yes.
And what gives us courage.
Yes.
And to overcome. And I just think it's wonderful. Thank you for sharing, because I you know, you come across as very calm, you know, peaceful, and like I said, who would have known where you came from? And you know, I would never have thought you had a speech impediment ever. That you struggle, you speak very well.
And you should go slap that grade 2 teacher.
I don't know if you really want to follow that, but I understand what she's saying.
That was like a nun. I wouldn't want to stop a nun.
Oh, okay.
And also too, you know, thank you for sharing about suicide, because a lot of people will not share that part of it. Because I was suicidal, as you know, and it's almost something that you don't talk about, but in a Christian, as in a setting like this, but because of my experiences, that I was delivered when I came to the Lord, but how God had brought so many other people across my path with that same spirit of suicide, and how you can pray for them, and how you can talk and share with them, and they're not alone, because I always felt like I was alone. You know, it was something in me, but I'd never heard about the Lord as growing up as Catholic.
Right.
You know, it was Catholicism, but never a relationship with Jesus.
Right.
He was still on the cross.
Right.
So.
On the same line too, like when you say suicide, I think the other wonderful thing is that as a man, you're able to reveal the past, like that you struggled emotionally, mentally, that you have been in the Norris wing, and like I know some Christians, or a Christian, I shouldn't say Christians, a Christian who has gone through that, but finds that very hindering, that they're afraid to share that in their workplace, because they think it's gonna like ostracize them, or yeah.
People
and
will
there's
think
another,
bad of them.
yeah, and think that they don't measure up. But the more that we can say that we overcome that,
That's right.
it's like that's nothing, and we then actually disarm the enemy's strongholds on mankind.
Yes.
So this is, I think that's wonderful about the suicide and the mental thing, that you're not afraid to share that, because there's power in the truth.
Right.
And we don't need to be afraid to share.
And I think too, whatever is brought to the light, the enemy cannot continue to badger us.
Yeah.
Because this is the enemy's playground, it's
That's
right
right.
here. So once it's been brought to the light and it's been shared, or it's been, you know, revealed, like you say, okay, Lord, you know what's gone on in my life.
Right.
And you know, I've asked for forgiveness, And then it just comes to the light, and then the enemy, when he comes back and attacks your mind, you say, no, I've already repented, back before the Lord.
Mm.
You know,
Yes.
he's forgiven me.
Yes.
Mm.
There's a slogan, I think it goes something like, you're as sick as your secrets are.
Well, that's
Ah,
good.
that's a good
Something
one. I've
like
heard
that.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that,
Yeah.
Celebrate Recovery may say something like that.
Okay.
I've heard it someplace, but you're as sick as your
Mhm.
secrets, how many secrets
Yeah.
you have. So, yeah, but the enemy wants us to be afraid to share those things because we think that this will make
People
us
are gonna,
unworthy
Mhm.
or not
And some people
acceptable.
will, and you just have to be okay with it.
You have,
That's right.
like,
Mhm.
I also feel that trust is earned, it's a gift, I think you shouldn't just fairly go out and just trust
Oh,
anyone,
no.
whether they
No,
be secular
precisely.
or
Oh, yes.
Christian, like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, like, you have to kind of get to know people and feel
yeah,
comfortable.
that's true.
It's different levels and
Well,
I, like in the platform as Vince is doing, he's doing it for those of us that want to learn. So there's nothing, but if it's on a personal level, we certainly need discernment in basing relationships if we're gonna base it. You don't wanna just quickly reveal everything because you don't know.
mhm.
That's what you're talking
Mhm.
about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember at the lowest point, I remember I saw my future. My future was me being chained to my family room couch. That was my future in my mind, because I knew that if I had my hands, I would do something to her. So,
Literally?
oh
We're
yeah,
talking literally?
yeah, no, that's, no.
No,
I
that was
saw,
what your
if I was gonna live,
imagination- oh, in your
if I was
mind.
gonna live,
Oh,
it was
okay.
gonna be me having my hands chained.
Oh, okay.
That's my
Otherwise-
future that I saw.
Otherwise you would hurt yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But God unchained you.
God unchained me, that's right.
Take the shackles off your feet
That's right.
and dance, dance, dance. There's
That's
a song
right.
like that.
Yeah. So, anyway, I think we'll call it a meeting. And if you guys have anything for the offering, if not, that's okay. I know she's gonna probably want more money now. It's been 6 months now, and she was giving it us for $25 a month. So the price might go up at the next month coming up. I don't know.
Next week for sure.
What's that?
Next week for sure.
Oh, yeah, no, don't worry about it, guys.
No, I mean, you know, you kind of have to.
Well, we're not talking hundreds of dollars, though.
Thank you for sharing.